This is Company K's investor presentation. Hi, my name is Kara Roth. I am a co-manager over here at Company K, along with Ben Sedano, Anthony Gabriana, and Brian Johnson. I'm going to start out by talking about Company K's strategic vision. So first of all, we wanted a total revenue about $1 million, EPS of $10, an ROE of 20, a credit rating of an A+, and a stock price of $50. And then we would like our image rating to be a 70. Now I'm going to be talking about some of our ending numbers. We ended up with a total revenue of $773,136. Our earnings per share were $5.05. Our ROE was 9.3. Our credit rating was an A-, and this is something that we did really well with. We really kept our credit rating pretty constant throughout all the years of our company, which I think that's something that we're really proud of. We kept it pretty high going through all the years. And our stock price, we had ended up with $34.41, and we had an image rating of 63. Overall, I think we did really well as a company.
Hello, my name is Brian Johnston, and I'll be talking about the overall strategy for K Company, our shoe company. And basically, we decided we were going to go through a combination of strategies. We thought, first of all, we needed to assess the market as these past 10 years went by in relation to our competition. And within the combination of strategies, we decided we were going to first go with like a best cost strategy. So we had, especially in our private label segment, we had over a 7.0, and we had the ability to keep we had varied the prices at different times, but we were pretty consistent, especially toward the last years here, of keeping the price low relative to our competition. And especially with the 7.0 rating, no one was really very close. So going forward, we're going to be doing a focus strategy. So we're going to be focusing on a market segment that is more likely to be a private label customer, more like a Costco customer or something like that. Because in the future, we see that that is the strongest place that we have, and we have the most room for growth. Throughout this entire 10 years, we decided that over certain courses of years, we were going to slowly move into the other regions that we were already not in. And we were slowly going to build up the production in said regions to not go into an exorbitant amount of debt. So at no point were we stuck there with unhappy, terrible credit rating. We never were having to spend an exorbitant amount of money to pay off debt. We used it a little bit when we needed to, as time went by. And I think that really set up us in a place where we have, especially for the future. I mean, think about this. We have at this point, a world-class private label run. If we put the prices even remotely low, we sold every single pair that we put up for sale. We have the ability to steal the market share in the future a lot more. And so we believe that going forward, while still trying to increase our business in the other aspects, this will be the main component. And sort of, I think, mixed with our best cost strategy, I think we can actually implement that in our other sections. And that'll put us in a good position in the future. Our strategy, what it is now to what it will be. Thank you.
All right. Hi, my name is Anthony, and today I'm going to be talking about the competition and our stock price of our company. Although we didn't finish in first place, we didn't finish in last place either. The reason why this happened was due to a lot of strong competition from the other companies. The biggest competitors to us were groups E, B, and especially H, who were able to take huge chunks of the shoe market and ultimately finished on top. I know they were able to capture as much as 16% in some of the markets. These groups ultimately affected our stock price, our sales, and our score in the end. If we were to do this again, we would need to focus on capturing more of the market share early on and keeping it. I noticed that the companies that did the best in the end had the best SQ rating, so we should have focused on trying to increase that more. Ours was between 6 and 7, while theirs was as high as 8s and 9s. That could have helped us to capture more of the market. Around year 15, we captured a lot of the market due to stockouts from the other companies, and we were almost number 1 in market share in several of the markets. Another thing we wanted to do was to bring more celebrities on, but we kept getting outbid on the contracts. We did, however, get a couple in the end, which helped our sales out a lot. All right. Our stock price throughout the 10 years didn't change too much from where it started. Our stock price ended at $34.41. There were several factors that contributed to our low stock price. First of all the strong competition in the shoe market. Some of our competitors were able to bring their stock prices up over $500 from where they started. Some of them also took away huge chunks of our market share at the end, which hurt our stock price. Around year 15, we had a huge spike in our stock to $120. This was due to a lot of our competitors not having enough stock. So we gained a huge market share, which the investors liked because they invested heavily in our stock. After that, our competitors began increasing their capacity to produce more shoes, and we lost those sales, which ultimately hurt our stock price. Another thing we didn't do that we could have done to increase our stock price was issuing out stock dividends. If we had issued out more stock dividends, we could have attracted more investors to want to spend money on our stock. Some of our competitors did do stock dividends, which helped their stock price out.
Hi, my name is Kira Roth, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about celebrity endorsements. So first of all, our group picked up Judy Judge and Jose Montana. Both of these celebrities were pretty popular. I think 7 people bidded on both of them. So overall, they were pretty popular celebrities to have. And this was really helpful with the overall consumer appeal. So as you can see, year 21 consumer appeal, company K, ours at the bottom, we got 3rd place overall in North America and Europe and Africa, and then 4th in Asia Pacific and Latin America. But as you can see, all of our numbers are well over the average. So I think we did a pretty decent job with celebrity endorsements. We realized really early in the game that celebrity endorsements are extremely important for your image. And I think as a group at first we might have underestimated how important they were. I think if we were to do anything differently, we would probably pick up maybe 1 or 2 more celebrities just to really boost that image rating and increase our popularity. Now I'm going to be talking a little bit about our private label strategy. So we kind of kept our prices sort of around like 46 to 49. We would increase and decrease them based on that specific year. But kind of our strategy towards this was we wanted to slowly increase the number of superior materials and slowly increase the number of enhanced styling features. But we actually started out with a lot of these features, and we wanted to produce a lot from this. We also tried to keep our SQ rating pretty high compared to the minimum, which I think is a 5.0, and we kept it around 7 to, well, I guess 6.6 to 7.7, but we slowly tried to increase that each time. But as you can see, we did really well from our private label strategy. You can see in total, we made net private label revenues of $156,948. And you can see we did really, really well in Latin America, almost about $60,000. And we also did really good in Europe and Africa, almost about $50,000. So This was a really good source of revenue for our company. And I think overall, as a group, we did really well with our private label strategy.
So, for our production strategy, we decided to go with numerous textbook plays to keep not only our workers happy, but to maximize our production efforts. We initially set out to help our employees feel appreciated by gradually increasing pay and benefits for them so their output on workload would be positively impacted. We originally only had 2 plants in North America and Asia Pacific, but we then expanded into Latin America and later to Europe, Africa. We felt with the need of our footwear company growing, we wanted to become an international brand that could be more accessible in every country. We knew if we could grab a hold of many continents, our output would increase. During our years, we saw there were a lot of underutilized and overutilized approaches in our warehouses that hindered our company's performance. So gradually, we started implementing production improvements to help, such as layout revisions and special equipment to help our SQ rating. During our initial years, we didn't focus too much on price as we wanted to be a cheap enough brand that individuals would purchase. Throughout the years, we would raise our quality on products and would have to raise our prices, but our customers did not mind this because of the quality of the shoe they bought. So our finance and cash flow would be finicky for us, but we tried hard in making sure we always were positive. We would always utilize repurchasing our stocks to always remain above in our ending cash and EPS. We took out loans gradually between years to really give us a boost in production and to help us further our sales. These steps were taken mostly during our months where we were falling a little flat and needed an extra boost to create more sales. With those loans, we were always going well on our interest rates because after our first year, we had a great credit rating. After year 10, we would constantly be above an A- in credit rating. These are a couple of our statistics for cash flows. As you can see, like I said, our credit rating has consistently stayed high. Our overall net revenue would increase from the beginning and maintain a constant pace. Our downfall was our EPS, as we saw some years where it would fall and some years where it would rise, as you can see in this mountain-looking trend.
I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about the lessons we learned as a company. The first one is that it's really important to pay attention to your business strategy. We learned this really early on in our company that this is something that is extremely important. Also, your business strategy doesn't have to be just one thing. I mean, for the first part, you should start out with the business strategy, but as different things change within your company, it is really important to adjust your business strategy for your company's individual needs. Another thing we learned is that it takes a lot of planning and coordination to run a successful business. We realized that just with our small group, it was really hard to coordinate and make sure everyone was okay with the same strategy and that that's what we were doing. It was very difficult just to plan all these things between just our small group. But we can only imagine how much harder it is to plan throughout an entire company. For example, like the board of directors, the top level managers, low level managers, all the way down to employees, it must take a lot of planning and a lot of coordination to make sure everyone is on the same page.